So, this is my idea. My idea for this project is you're being played, meaning whatever you think is the truth is likely not the real truth. And it's basically because I watched Severance and I quite like Severance, and I quite like the themes in it and the fact that it's like this dystopian world where things are not what it seems to be, and I found the idea of like someone controlling you behind the scenes to be quite interesting. So I wanted to go more down that path. And the synopsis is a media experience that attempts to pose a question on how much control we actually have. Are we being monitored, and diving into the human psyche and the mental fallout that follows with it? So there you go, there's your establishing synopsis. Why this idea? As I said, this idea has came my way due to a growing fascination with the unsettling use of familiarity and distrust as seen in shows like Severance. The idea that the main character can be unaware that they are being played, like a la Truman Show and stuff like that, leaves many doors and several interpretations wide open. So I found it pretty fascinating, and you can do a lot with that idea, and there's a lot of like dystopian themes, and I'm a huge sucker for sci-fi, so it's very up my alley. Target audience. The target audience is for game fans who like their games with a mysterious and psychological twist. So it's just anything encompassing the world of like sci-fi and tech and psychology, whereas with most things with me, those things tend to, I guess, intersect with one another, and I'm a fan of when psychology and technology mix and combine together. And I'm aiming for an 18 to early 30s demographic because, as I state here, I feel like they are the most willing to ponder and be curious and talk about ideas that we wouldn't usually talk about, prod and poke at different themes and ideas and emotions, and be willing to talk about those ideas and not just settle for, what's normal. Like these people I would deem, and this target audience I would deem to be like the most curious, I'd say, generation around. My idea appeals to the brief as it adheres to the themes of games. However, instead of just games, I'm not just limiting myself to games, it's more mind games and the idea of technology and psychology combining to create a bit of a fusion where you don't know you're being controlled, and it's all about the dichotomy between them both. Being controlled by outside forces. This project is most certainly suitable for my target audience, and one of the most popular shows in the world at the minute is Severance. It's already been renewed for season 3, with other shows such as Black Mirror following closely behind, where they're basing their most recent season, season 7, is entirely based on AI and the idea that you can be controlled and the world isn't exactly what you make it out to be. So that is how it relates to the brief. There's no plot because it's not exactly a film I'm doing. Plan of action and final outcome. So the plan of action is to expand on my previous attempts at experimenting during photography outcomes, create something indebted to the world of where sci-fi and psychology are at a cutting-edge line between one another, which was what I was basically trying to say before. This could also end up being a bit of a hybrid project with some film stuff here and there if I wanted to. If I wanted to swerve down that path, that opens the door to take me down it. But it's not exactly necessary, but it's there if I wanted to go down that path. Resources, so you got your usual stuff like camera, SD card, Photoshop skills, photography techniques, and just whatever really that is in the moment. I don't know, maybe some props or something that I was blanking on. But yeah, you know, just your usual stuff. Contingency plans, so weather shouldn't exactly be a problem because I'm planning on, if I were to shoot stuff, it'll mainly be indoors because I really like the idea of a dystopian like workspace kind of things, like a la Severance and stuff like that. Personal absence, like I just left that blank because I didn't know what to put, to be honest. Ensure good time management. I'll try to keep to a schedule, documenting research and processes as I go along and evaluating the processes during the project. Plan B for costumes and props. Just left that blank. I didn't know what else to put. Equipment failure. We will just take new shots or re-record whenever possible, you know, if things don't exactly go according to plan. Production schedule, as I said, stick to a schedule of research and experimentation when possible and just keep on flicking between both. So it's a bit of research, a bit of experimentation, research, experimentation, and so on and so forth. And then the exhibition of outcome, I want it to be held here in college in some sort of like exhibition, hopefully one that ties in with the main themes. So because it's sci-fi and technology related, I will want it to, you know, have that same mise en scène, same theme, have maybe an exhibition that's very indebted to the world of like, I don't know, like minimalistic sci-fi and dystopian vibes. And any questions?
I haven't got any questions. I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
I'm very invested in it.
Thanks. So am I.
Good. I'm glad.
What about you, Mark? You're dying to say something.
No, it's because I came in halfway through, that's all. So you've probably covered it at the beginning if Laura's not got anything. But I was just, did you say it was a photography project?
Yeah, but I've basically made it a pseudo hybrid project, which is basically
You're not writing off film.
yes,
as a
yes,
concept.
yes, which is basically my way of saying, all right, I don't really like being pigeonholed into something, and then someone higher up tell me, but you can't do that because you said that you can't do that. So this is me going, So if I wanted to, you know,
Yeah.
I can. But
The reason I asked was because while you were going through your kind of things that you were influenced by and stuff,